with
And
Jamie's
Joy,
name.
and Joy is also in white. You'll see our OFAR background. Um, Welcome everyone to our kickoff onboarding webinar for OFAR's 6th year. We are so super excited to have you here with us today and for the rest of the year. This webinar will be fairly brief, won't be super long. We're just going to get you oriented to OFAR and our leadership team and our community and give you a program overview. So right now we're just doing those introductions. In a second, we will introduce ourselves to you, and then James will give a program overview and a course review from our course facilitators, Joy, Jamie, and Kim. And I will conclude going over some details about our communications. Who do you get in touch with if you have questions? And then afterward, you will meet with your teams if you have not already, or unless you haven't scheduled another time to meet with your coaches. So without further ado, this is us. My name is Laura Dunn. I'm the person that has been sending you incessant emails, especially if you're a team lead over the past several weeks and even before during the application period. I am the co-director of OFAR, a part of Open Education Global. James, did you want to introduce yourself to everyone?
Sure. Hey, everybody. I'm so glad to be here. James Flag. My day job is as a dean at College of the Canyons. I have the good fortune to work with our teams in the library, in our tutoring center, online education, and so on. And I have the honor to co-lead OFAR together with Laura. And then going to pass it very quickly to Kim, and then to Joy, and then to Jamie.
Hey, everybody. I am Kim Gruey, not Jamie Thomas, and I am one of the co-facilitators. I am very excited about this year's group and about the work we're going to do together this year. It's a newly revised course that you're going to see a little bit more about later. I am in Weed, California. We'd love to have you come visit up here in the northern high desert. And but I work for Northern Virginia Community College full time, which is ironic. And I also work in the ZTC TAP program quite a bit. I'm lucky enough to co-facilitate with other great leaders in the state about OER and equity UDL, Gen AI, and that sort of thing. So I'm very excited to be here. Thanks for having me. And I'm going to turn it over to my friend Joy.
Thanks, Kim. Hi, everyone. I'm Joy Shoemate. I co-facilitate this course alongside Kim and Jamie, and Kim and I also co-developed the course, but we're really excited about those course revisions that have taken place over the summer. So we're really looking forward to welcoming you. I look forward to getting to know each of you. And I guess I should add my day job is I'm the director of online education at College of the Canyons. So I have the fortune of working very closely with James. So welcome to all of you. Looking forward to the year.
And
Awesome.
Jamie.
Hey everyone, I'm happy to be here. It's so amazing to meet you all. I'm Jamie, and I will be your guide from the side. I'm gonna be helping Joy and Kim with facilitating the OFAR course, and then I'm also here to help support your coaches. And then I'm super happy to be supporting the Bakersfield College team. So, hey, I think we're in for a really wonderful year. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Now, on to the next slide, we will introduce our coaches, and I'll ask the coaches again to unmute real quick, say hi. But first, Jamie, we just heard from Jamie. As Jamie mentioned, she's going to be a team lead coach, helping to support our coaches. And with the exception of Jamie, I'm so excited to say that all of our coaches are alums or completers of the OFAR program, which is just spectacular. We're so proud that our program helps people to I don't know, to motivates people to continue to stay involved. We're just so happy that happens and glad to have their continued support. So I'm going to turn it over to Greg, then Gayatri, and then Alan, and then we'll go on to the next slide. Greg.
Hi, I'm Greg Beyer. I am very excited to be working with Antelope Valley College for this OFAR cohort. I was the team lead at Cosumnes River College for our first OFAR team in 23-24, and I was ably assisted and ably and very glad to work with Gayatri.
Is Gayatri here? She might not be here.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Yeah, my name is Gayatri Manikandan, and I'm super excited to work with this great, wonderful team. I'm looking forward to meet my team this in few minutes. Yeah, thank you.
Great.
And
Alan,
yeah, go ahead if you want to introduce Alan. He is
that's
definitely
right.
not here.
I know that Alan's not here. That's right. That's right. So Alan Leone from Imperial Valley College, professor of mathematics, is with us as well, and we're again a completer of the OFAR program many years ago now. I think Alan was in year 1, for goodness sakes. So we're really glad that Alan continues to help us help you. Next slide. So Tyrone. Not sure if I saw Tyrone.
Hello. Oh yes, I'm here. Hello,
Excellent.
Hi, Tyrone.
everybody. I am extremely excited to work with Chapey College. I've actually been a part of the Umoja program for a while, and I've met some of the Umoja leaders over there at Chapey College as well. So extremely excited to work with you all.
Thank you, Anna.
Hi, everybody. Hola a todos. I actually just met my ELAC team, so shout out to all of them. They are amazing. And I wanted to welcome everybody. If you don't know, this group is, I think, the best group. I'm not going to exaggerate here, the best group ever. So you cannot really go wrong with anybody that you are going to be working with. So thank you for having me one more year, and let's do this.
Thank you, Anna. Cindy.
All right. Hi, everybody. I hope you can hear me. I'm sitting outside. Okay, great. And I'm Cindy Sheeks, and I am from Moore Park College, and I teach child development and education. I'm also our zero textbook cost coordinator on our campus, and I'm excited to be working with Lemoore College this year.
And Hosna, also a completer of year 1.
Hello, everyone. Hasna Sada Ahadi. As James mentioned, I was part of the inaugural cohort. I was the only one from my institution. So back then, it used to only be one person per institution. But it only takes one to create a village, right? In the words of Bell Hooks, I want to just say welcome to your home place. And I agree with Anna, this group is phenomenal. You're going to enjoy your time here. I'm very elated to be working with Sierra College. So shout out to Sierra College and welcome and congratulations to you all for being accepted to the OFAR.
Thank you, Hasna. Yeah, and yeah, let's say congratulations to everybody. We are so fortunate to work in California for many, many different reasons these days in particular. And that means we are always fortunate to have more applicants for OFAR than we can accommodate. And that was certainly the case again this year. So those colleges that are here, we want you here. So thanks very much for your commitment to this work. And I'm going to turn it back to Laura.
Okay, so just as a really brief background on CCC OER, my sense is that many of you are already familiar with this organization, a part of Open Education Global, which was founded in 2007. And we've got 104 members across 37 states, and we are a community of practice that supports colleges in the collaborative development of open educational programs to ensure equitable access and success. If you would like to join the CCC OER community email, you can go ahead and scan that QR code. Okay, and so just a formal introduction. I think everybody has met their team leads already, but we are going to go through our teams and just give everybody a shout out by name. Congratulations, Antelope Valley College, for joining OFAR's 6th year. We've got Sean Black, Norma Jones, James Gand, and Lucas Gunderson. I apologize in advance if I obliterate your names. Please school me and unmute yourself if I need a little help. Your coach is Greg Breyer or
And
Byer.
Laura,
Sorry. Yes.
oh, and Laura, pardon me, I just want to interject here. I just want to say shout out to Antelope Valley, neighbors with College of the Canyons. Your vice president of academic affairs used to be a dean colleague of mine at College of the Canyons. So great connection there. And Norma Jones is one of the leaders, faculty leaders in the state, helping us all learn how to use AI in our teaching. So what a cool team.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, and Bakersfield College, welcome. Congratulations on joining OFAR 6th year. We are very happy to have you, Brenda, Gilbert, Brian, Tyler, and Carolyn. You have already met your coach, Jamie Thomas. Chaffey College, a warm welcome and congratulations for joining OFAR 6th year, Richard, Arthur, Sabrina, Rebecca, and Sinicia. I hope I am pronouncing your name correctly. Welcome. Your coach is Tyrone Ledford. And welcome to East LA College, East Los Angeles College. Welcome to OFAR 6th year. We're excited to have you, Tina, Jose, Marco, Gustavo, and Leona. Your coach is Anna Garcia. And welcome to Lemoore, or is it Lemoore? I'm not quite sure. Lemoore College. Lemoore, thank you, Elba. Welcome and congratulations for joining OFAR this year. Elba, Ivan, Renee, and Denise. Your coach is Cindy Sheeks.
And also, Laura, pardon me, I do want to give a special shout out to Lemoore College. They've been such great collaborators with College of the Canyons on so many projects around open education. Kelsey Smith is a great leader there. James Preston is a great leader there. I'm just tickled that Lemoore is part of OFAR.
Thanks, James, and welcome to Miracosta College. We are so excited to have you with us this year. David, Parisa, Christopher, and Brent. Your coach is Alan Leon. And last, but definitely not least, Santiago Canyon College. Welcome to OFAR 6th year. Rita, Brenda, Deanna, Dewey, and Jonelle. And your coach is Gayatri Manikandan. Oh, not last. Okay. And you're definitely last but not least, Sierra College. I'm so sorry about that. I was doing the alphabet in my head and I thought we were at the end of the road there. Sierra College, welcome to OFAR 6th year. Excited to have you join us, Joan, Frank, Valerie, Dana, Yu Ting, and Andrea. Your coach is Hosna Sadat Ahadi. And welcome, everybody. Congratulations for joining us this year. Congratulations for getting into OFAR. So many first-time applicants and first-time participants this year. And we are looking forward to all of the knowledge, the wisdom, and insights that you will bring to this program, and excited to see the ways in which you will enrich our work that we do here. With that said, I'm going to hand it over to James for the program overview.
Thank you, Laura. And everybody, this is kind of like syllabus day, first day of your class. We want to be sure to give you all the information. We know you're not going to remember every little bit of information, but we're still going to give it to you over and over and over again. And hopefully we'll all grasp the information together over time. This information has been shared with you. Much of the information has been shared in the call for proposal process. It's going to be you're going to find it in the Canvas shell in the course. We'll send out many, many reminders. So thanks for indulging us. So first of all, the formal training portion of the program, the OFAR course facilitated by Jamie, Joy, and Kim, starts Monday, October 6th. They'll speak more about that in a few minutes. Remember, as we shared in the application process, we will be making payments directly to you, not to your college. We want to pay you, honor you for your work. In order to do that, legally, we need some paperwork. So later this week or later next week, you'll be receiving a prompt to sign a contract. So just watch for that. There also, when you first log into the course, you're going to encounter a prompt to complete a survey before you can move on with the course. Please complete that survey. As you'll learn, there's a very large research component to your OFAR experience. So in the fall, we do a pre-survey. In the spring, we do a post survey. In the spring, we do a lot of other surveys, and we will be working, or our researchers will be working with your institutional researchers to document impact as well. So just be aware of that. We ask that you engage in course readings and discussions, a pretty typical Canvas course experience, but pretty untypical content and exceptional facilitators, that's for sure. We ask you to attend monthly webinars with people who are expert in things we're not expert in, right? At the core, we are you, right? We're all these community college folks who just feel compelled to do this work. Nobody else was doing it. We put this together, you know, rolled up our sleeves together and are doing this work. We are you, but we are not expert in so many things. So we do bring in outside experts through our webinars. One of the big milestones that you'll be working towards is mid-November, your final action plan for what you're going to change in the spring in one of your courses. So our proposition here is learn and do. You know, we all know we go to tons of workshops and then nothing happens, or we, you know, something happens on our, you know, on our campus, there's a professional development about something and then we don't see any action. So we want to learn and then enact. And then also this fall, we want you to meet at least one time synchronously with your coach in a team meeting. And then in the spring, more regular meetings with your coach. Next slide, please. So you'll see high level fall webinar and workshop schedule here. You can also scan the QR code, and there's also a link in the chat that I dropped into the chat. Maybe one of our coaches would scroll up in the chat and repaste that link to our fall or our yearly calendar there. Thank you very much, Greg. So you see, one thing during the fall is we have a couple of optional webinars, and those optional webinars are focused specifically around OER, open educational resources. Some of you are new to that concept. You'll be learning about it in the course, but maybe you want a little extra help. So we've got a fantastic team that Joy leads at College of the Canyons who can help you with some of the sort of hands-on specific questions. How do I license content? How do I look for content? How do I share content? Some of those nuts and bolts. So there are a couple of optional webinars this fall. Otherwise, those webinars are required. They're an essential part, again, really filling in, you know, the gaps in our knowledge. Next slide, please. So what happens when you miss a webinar? Of course, things happen. We know that you are all leaders by virtue of you know, going through the process of pulling together a team, being here, committing to all the work this year. We know you are leaders. We know you are busy. So of course, things will happen. If you do miss a webinar, please let your coach and your team lead know. We want to have a little bit of accountability there. Just let folks know that you're not going to be there. And then view the session recording as soon as possible. Laura is spectacular at preparing the webinars to be shared. So the links will be distributed via email and posted in the Canvas shell. And then in the Canvas shell, there's a required webinar makeup discussion area that will be apparent to you when you log into Canvas. We're all experiencing Canvas, so just keep an eye out for that. Next slide, please. So special note for the team leads. Thank you for leading the team, getting the team together. Thank you for compiling and submitting the application. You have a few extra duties. And of course, you have a little bit of extra compensation for that. Fall semester, please be proactive in arranging the meeting with your coach. Please be proactive in setting up the meeting schedule for the spring with your coach. Please be proactive in updating your sponsoring administrator. One aspect of OFAR is that we want to help you have an institutional impact. Hosna mentioned when she went through the program in our first year, we had just individuals from colleges. Now we're working with teams so that we can have a little bit of a broader and deeper impact. Oh, thank you. Janelle called our attention to an issue, maybe a copy and paste issue with dates in the spring calendar. Thank you, Janelle. Yes, we don't have any scheduled Saturday activities, so that must be an error in just transferring from one year to the other. Thanks for calling our attention to that. So team lead, also please be sure, thank you. Be sure that you're updating your sponsoring administrator occasionally. It could be a conversation in the parking lot or mailroom. It could be a quick email, could be going, if they have office hours, dropping in, but we want to make sure structurally that your OFAR experience is reaching into the institution, not just your team's experience. And then of course, if you're having challenges, things come up, challenges, somebody's got sick, somebody's class got canceled, or somebody's being a flake, please let your coach know, and your coach will bring that to our attention, and we'll huddle and make a game plan as to how to address that. And then spring semester, similarly, we ask that you communicate back to us any OFAR related activities. Maybe you're hosting a professional development session on campus. Maybe your sponsoring administrator has asked you to make a presentation on campus, so on and so forth. So please bring that to our attention. Continue to update your sponsoring administrator and continue to bring any challenges. And I'll add to this, we don't have it noted here, but we will also ask you to take the lead in preparing for the final showcase. So in June, early June of next year, we all get together and we ask everyone to share your experience. It's a really joyous opportunity to see hear about the creativity that you've all demonstrated throughout the year. So also, as the team lead, please take the lead in getting everybody together to be accountable for that team showcase at the end of the year. Next slide, please. So also in the spring, there are monthly webinars. It's always noon on Friday. Noon on Friday. That's when we do synchronous OFAR things. Monthly coach meetings, periodic individual reflections. So that will also take place in the Canvas course. There'll be prompts in there. How's it going? What challenges are you having enacting your action plan? And then research activities, as I mentioned in the spring, or just overall, research is a very important component. We ask you, the team lead, to help forward information to your sponsoring administrator about completing a survey. Every participant will complete a post survey. We ask a subset of individuals to volunteer to participate in an interview. So that's a little bit more of a time commitment than just a survey, but that's incredibly helpful to have that qualitative feedback. We also ask you to, each of you, not just the team lead, but each of you, to distribute a survey to your students in the class that you've chosen to use as your OFAR incubator, or the class in which you're implementing your OFAR anti-racist action plan. So that's also another element of the research. And again, share what's going on with your team if you're doing outreach on campus. And then each of you upload at the end of the year a syllabus and maybe a signature assignment that highlights what you did to implement your OFAR anti-racist action plan. So that will all be in the Canvas shell. So it's all sort of self-contained in the Canvas shell. With that, next slide, please. So we're going to turn this over to Kim, Joy, and Jamie to give a little highlight of the course and a heads up, course facilitators. We will, I'll probably interject when we get to the slide about getting yourself registered for the Canvas shell.
Okay. Laura, you don't want us to share another screen, just keep these slides, right? Don't share screen. I was going to give a little sneak peek. Okay. All right. So yes, you are going to receive an invitation to the course via the email address you gave us. And as James had said, if you have any issues when you're logging in this weekend, Joy and Jamie and I will be available for you. We'll make the course available sometime this weekend. I'm not going to say like first thing tomorrow, because we're still working out some of the details behind the scenes, but you'll definitely be receiving an email, probably from me, but from me, Jamie, and Joy, explaining how to log in. And if you have any issues, you'll just let us know. We're hoping that you can use your college email address, and that'll be a somewhat seamless activity for you, but we're here to help.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah.
And so just on that note, yeah. So apologies everybody for the little peek behind the curtain. So we've been working really hard behind the scenes to make the arrangements so that you could all use your existing college login for Canvas. You know, you all have your own Canvas accounts with your institution. We have not been able to get that done behind the scenes. That's just not going to work for the class starting next week. So you'll be logging in with different Canvas credentials to a different URL. It's not going to be through your own Canvas instance. Your email that you'll use to log in will be the email that you provided to us. So you know what you provided to us. We don't know. You know, we've got a spreadsheet of whatever you provided. So those are the emails that we'll use. But it will not be your college Canvas password. That's not what it's going to be. So I'm going to turn back to Joy and Kim now. The process that we all utilized in past years is the process that we're going to have to use this year. And again, I apologize to everybody peeling back that curtain. We've had just a couple of bureaucratic snafus in the last week. So apologies to everybody.
Well, I don't think there's need to apologize, James. You worked very hard behind the scenes and you provide a great deal of administrative support. And we're really grateful to you for that. And you all just know that we'll send clear communication. And if our communication isn't clear, like I said, we'll be here for you. One of the things I do want to say, that pre-course survey is so important that we've locked the whole course until you do it. So it's actually sort of a mechanized and automated kind of process in the course to make sure that you do that really important pre-course survey. Is there a next slide, Laura?
Yes, there is.
Thank you. And this is the 6-week course, and this is the general outline of the 6-week course. And so please note that we spend the first week building community and making sure that everybody understands what it is that we're doing together, and that we all have our agreed upon modes for communication and that sort of thing. So we really believe in relationship building. That's part of what we do, and we spent a whole week to do that. And then we're going to look at what is anti-racism, and we've got some really great scholarly updated material for this section of the course through that revision that we did with Veronica Vold this year. I'd like to give her credit for her work. And then module 3 is where we dive into deep into OER and how they can support anti-racism. Then we look at open pedagogy and how it can support anti-racism. And then week 5 is a week that we give you time to work on that OFAR action plan. This OFAR action plan is the capstone. It's the central point. It's what you're doing. It's what you're here for. And so from the very week 1 until the end, we'll be constantly referencing that action plan, constantly scaffolding and building on it. It's a work in progress and an evolving document, but it's what your plan is for the implementation in the spring. Because as James said, so many times we do PD, we get excited, we want to do things, and then real life settles in and it fizzles out a lot of the time. But we've built in a way for you to actually implement this and have support along the way with your coaches in the spring, so that you can actually implement this plan and see what kind of impact you can have with your students. Week 6 of the course is the week that you wrap everything up. But there are many opportunities to interact with each other, collaborate, get feedback, refine, iterate. You know, we're going to just be really intentional and thoughtful with that OFAR action plan. And as far as the grading goes, we are focusing on growth and completion, giving you full credit and recognition as working professionals with a lot to offer. So 70% completion on the discussions that are a big part of the course is what we look for. We always assume that the work you're giving us is the best work you can do, but if somehow it falls a little short of whatever the rubric is for the assignment, we just toss it back and ask you to rethink it and work on it a little bit more and then resubmit it. So we just assume everybody's going to be getting full credit. We don't want you to worry about quote grades. We want you to think more about growth and more about improvement and evolution as an anti-racist educator. And that's what we will be focusing on. Do we have another slide? Yeah, the action plan. I've mentioned that. It's so very important. And as a matter of fact, again, we don't grade, but we sort of have things weighted such that, you know, you really kind of have to do that action plan or you can't really get through the course, because it's just the central and important piece that you're going to need for yourself moving forward. I don't know about support and resources. Is that for us?
I think
Okay.
that's me.
All right. And I
Thanks,
just did
Kim.
want to ask one quick thing, if Jamie or Joy had anything to add, if I forgot anything that's important to mention.
Hi, Jamie.
Jamie.
Yeah, I'll just jump in and say that I really appreciate the thoughtful organization of the course and the timing of the webinars. I think that that's something that's really going to help support this cohort. You'll find that some of the content really aligns really beautifully with some of the scheduled webinars, so that as you were working together through the semester on thinking what the action plan could actually be for the spring, we'll have some live conversations to support that work as well. And so I think you can feel like you're not alone, and that you can also see some examples from previous participants as to how the action plan changes over time due to how things are going for you in the classroom, and then what's actually accomplishable or feasible for you as a busy educator. So I think this is going to be really great.
Yeah, and let me just add, expand on a couple of things that Kim said. Kim referenced a couple of times the review process, an update process that took place. So Kim and Joy worked incredibly hard over the past few months with an amazing instructional designer, Veronica Vold. As Kim mentioned, boy, if your college or you are ever looking for an instructional designer on contract to do some outside work for you, holy cow, Veronica Vold is amazing. But also for our coaches, take a look around in the class. I think you'll be really interested to see what's changed, what's evolved in the class. A lot of the scholarship is updated. And then also, just in spirit of full transparency, last spring, also we brought in that same instructional designer, Veronica, to conduct a DEI audit and review of the entire program. So, we continue to evolve, we continue to learn. Closing out year 5, moving into year 6, it just seemed a logical time to just take stock of what we've been doing and make sure that we're evolving. So thanks for that.
Thanks, everyone. Yes, we are. Our year 6 participants probably don't know because they have nothing to compare it to, but I just want to say you are getting a bright, shiny, new, revised OFAR course, and we really hope that you enjoy it. We're enjoying diving into this new updated and upgraded course for this next phase of OFAR. Contracts. So you probably received an email from signwell@signwell.com yesterday sometime, and then I followed up and sent an email that said, don't sign those contracts, there's a mistake. And I apologize for that. It's not a mistake in the contract, it was a mistake in the signing software part of it. So we are going back to the drawing board, and you will receive your contracts by early next week. If you have already signed the contract, don't worry about it, it's not a big deal. We will, it was only signed by one person, so we will void that and then regenerate and resend those contracts out to everyone. We would appreciate if you sign and return those contracts by the end of next week. You can contact me if you have any questions about the verbiage on the contracts or you've had trouble using the Signwell software. The way you get paid for the work that you do with OFAR. So we do compensate you. We understand that this is an incredible amount of work to revise a course. You will need to provide us with an invoice to Open Education Global in order to receive payments. Invoicing happens in December before everyone takes off for winter break, and then again in June before the end of the fiscal year. We will send you very precise instructions on how to submit your tax information. Just very briefly, your invoices will be submitted during a third-party software called bill.com. It should be intuitive, but I understand that it sometimes isn't as intuitive as we would like it to be. But for the most part, we find this to be the easiest way for you to register for an account. We'll send you that information on how to do that, upload your deposit information, and makes it simple. You just get a deposit into your banking account in December and in June. So stay tuned for more information on that. For communications and support, I did reach out to a few folks. I got a couple of kickback emails. I know that different universities have different security settings on their Google accounts. And so if you intuit that you are not receiving important communications, please reach out to me and let me know, and provide me with an alternative email address, because all of your contracts, all of the invoicing stuff, that will be through whatever email you provide. So that email address is really, really, really important. Project related communications, if you have a question about your action plans or the webinars or what you got to do, please use the email messaging feature directly through Canvas. That would be the best way to get a response to your questions. If you have any program related questions, what am I going to get paid? How do I use bill.com? What does this mean on my contract? You can contact me at laura.dunn@oeglobal.org for any type of OER support, which is available through College of the Canyons. Thank you to College of the Canyons, and thank you to James and Joy for facilitating and supporting that. This can be support finding materials for your action plan, accessibility verification, formatting information. You can email oer@canyons.edu and CC James on that email as well. You should at this point have all of our email addresses. Please tag those, add those emails to your contact list to make sure that they go to your primary inbox and not to junk mail. We have a ton of OFAR resources on our website, and we encourage you to go there. Don't worry, I will be sharing out these slides and this recording, as I said, before Monday. And you have some examples on the website of previous webinars, of our project showcases, different examples of action plans, as well as final showcases. And you also have a link to some of the research. All of these surveys and the interviews go, and the research agreements result in extensive and very valuable research that the state uses to inform their programming. And we would love to share that with you. And you have an example of the impact that your work here has on the California community college system. You can stay in the loop with us. We shared this link earlier. You can join our community email at cccoer.org/community-email. And you can read our EDI blog posts and student OER impact stories at cccoer.org. All right, so you can take a screenshot or just wait for this to come later on today. Hopefully, all of our important emails, myself, James, Jamie, Kim, and Joy. Thank you so much for being a part of OFAR. We really value your participation and your input, and all of the experience and insight that you bring to this program year after year. So we are at almost quarter to the hour, which gives us the perfect amount of time for our coaching meetup session. Now will be the time to log off. You should see links to your coaching Zoom rooms. And with that said, thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.